Today I just want to talk a little bit about having a mare horse on your hobby farm. I came to horses a little bit later in life, but the first horses that I learned to ride on were first an older horse named Socks. There was a rescue horse at a riding facility. She's the first horse that I ever learned on, and she was a mare. And then of course Ruby, when we got Ruby, she's a mare. And we were really excited when we got Ruby. She was 10 years old and she'd been well trained. When I got Ruby, because I was a beginner, we immediately got a trainer, two different trainers. One was more for groundwork and then one later was for riding on Ruby, and I learned a lot from that, and I would highly recommend that whether you get a mare or a gelding. Or the great thing about mares is they're very intelligent, and when you earn their respect and their trust, they will bond to you. The thing about mares is that they're attuned to their riders, and I learned this a lot when I had an autistic child ride Ruby, and also when I did horse camp. She seemed to kind of know that children were on her, and so she was more slow and more gentle with them. So they're very attuned to whatever rider is on their back. The one con about mares is that they go through their estrus cycle, which is kind of like a heat cycle, and that happens for about 4 to 7 days, and it can be 22 to 23 days for the full cycle. But this is usually in the spring through about September, and sometimes they get a little irritable and a little grouchy during that time. It just depends on your mare how bad it is. Ruby's pretty consistent with her behavior all year round. She will get maybe a little bit that way, but not as on a regular basis. So again, the estrus cycle, the whole thing with the mare is going to depend on the horse and their personality and how bad they get it. Some riders, when their mare is in heat or estrus, they will not ride their mare during that period of time. The other thing I found with mares is they don't respond well to rough handling. You need to be patient with them, and when you're riding them, and then they'll give you their all. So I would highly recommend a mare, giving it a try. Don't totally say that you can't ever ride a mare, because it depends on the mare and their personality, and they will bond to you and you'll be close with them and enjoy riding with them because they work so hard.